What is up, guys? In today's video, I want to share with you a little bit about my morning and nighttime routine. The basis of this routine that I've developed is to remember as much information as I can. I will still not remember all of what I consume because I consume a lot of material in a day, whether it be through reading or videos or whatever assignments I may have. But I wanted to show you this real quick and kind of explain to you the difference in what I do in the morning and in the evening. So the first thing that I do, so there's my bed back there, but the first thing that I do when I wake up is I will spend time with God, and I tend to actually do it in my bed because I am pretty lazy and I don't want to get out of bed right away. So I tend to have it right over there, but I'll have my Bible with me, and I used to love just reading. I would underline, I would do, notes in the margins and all that stuff. But eventually, I just started using a notebook to start recording some notes in. And I found the thing that I started doing more is because, well, let me explain. I really like reading the Bible, but I didn't pray as much. Like, that was kind of like my weakness, if you will. So one of the things I was like, okay, how can I'm consuming a lot, but I don't know how much time I'm spending with God. And so one of the things I started doing, like I said, was using the journal. And then what I do once I'm done reading is I'll look over the journal and I'll think on a few of the notes that I have taken. And I just kind of ponder upon them and whatnot. And then from there, I'll pray. And then whatever else I have coming up, I pray for. But it helps me kind of easily transition into prayer instead of just going straight from reading, because I like to think about what I read. And so that has made me read less, sure, but it's more thorough and I feel like it's clear. The very next thing that I'll do is I tend to follow this up right away. And I actually have this part over here at my desk, but it's what I call studying success. So this is what I'm doing right now. If you guys do recall from a previous video, I've actually already read this book. But one of the things that I do with all my reading, I have pen with all my reading, okay? And I'll underline and, write notes and whatnot. But as with anything, some books stick out more so than others. Some books are worthy of a complete reread. Other books are worthy of, hey, let me go back and, recall and look at what the notes that I wrote in there. Some books are good for, just that one time and maybe a quick little skim after. But what I do for my studying success, and this is 10 minutes maybe, because I try and have these two be an hour together, but I try not to have this one take more than 15. But it's normally around 10 minutes. So what I'll do, this book I'm going to completely reread. Okay, completely reread. So that may mean only reading a couple pages per day compared to when I was originally reading it. I would do, a chapter, 2, 3, however many I would do in a sitting. But because I'm studying success, I'm actually looking for a lot more application in the mornings, success principles. And so then what I do from there is I'm writing down every day in this notebook. I'm writing them down every day, and I'll I write at the top, what book it's from and whatnot. And so that's what I do in the morning intellectually right away is I will spend time with God, tends to be in bed, and then I will come over here and study success. That's what I'm calling it, studying success and whatnot. For the sake of this video, I'm going to get into what I'm going to try and be doing as well, and then I'll get into my nighttime kind of routine and whatnot. The other part that I'm wanting to do that I have not started yet. So back in the fall, I was training for the marathon. I ran that marathon, and since then, I've been doing a lot of plyometrics and whatnot. So I've stopped running as much, but I'm wanting to get back into running for about 20 minutes in the morning to get my blood flowing. And I tend not to eat till 11 anyways. And for me, I just find a lot of benefits as far as like mental clarity. That's the only reason why I don't eat. I'm not starving myself or, doing any of that, but I don't like to eat right away. I don't like to eat early in the morning at all, actually. But as far as like a blood flow perspective, I would run for 20 to 25 minutes and then come in here. And again, this is something that I haven't not incorporated, but I really want to for health benefits, is run and then for my shower in the morning to have it be a cold shower. So like, a minute, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever it would be, but getting that cold shock is the other thing. But the other thing about this, oh yeah, this is what I remember, was the reason why I wanted to run in the mornings is also due to the sunlight. And as far as like just like waking up and whatnot. So about an hour studying and whatnot, and then just going straight to movement. It's not a crazy workout, not a hard workout, low heart rate, but getting the sunlight, getting the blood flow, and then come back for the cold shower. That is what I'm wanting to incorporate. And that would be a complete morning routine for me. And I hope to have that, be cemented by the end of this year in terms of like it just comes natural. Because right now I still am thinking about the runs and still thinking about the cold showers. I do them sometimes, but it's not what I would say regular. These two things are regular. Now, because I'm in school right now, or with the schedule that I have right now, my afternoons tend to be completely booked. I used to work out right in the middle of the day. I would do more work up until 12, work out middle of the day, have my first, if I didn't have fruit in the morning, I would have my first meal, after that workout. And then continue work. But because I have school pretty much for 3-hour blocks in the afternoon, I will either have to be working out prior or after. That's probably going to vary. But yeah, some of the middle of my day is whack depending on what the schedule is and whatnot. I also wanted to show you this as far as like my desk area. So right now, so this is what I do. I have a book, like a larger book that I'm reading right now. It's Boundless by Ben Greenfield. And what I'll do with that larger book is I read a chapter a day. So any books that I have that, let's call them, these are the books that if you sit down and read for an hour, you might still be discouraged because you're like, oh great, 700 more pages, 800 more pages, regardless, just these like really, really long books. The thing that I do with these is read a chapter a day with those. And so I know I can get, one of these really large books, or even two, depending on, kind of what I'm reading, of these really large books done within, 1 month or so. And I can read a bunch of 300-page books or 200 or, 350, whatever, with the rest of that. So the other part is, so I'm studying Latin right now, so I got this textbook here, and then I always keep one book that I'm reading on top. I currently have, one of the things that I do because I'm interested in so many subjects is so with my bookshelf over here, I haven't put everything away yet, but with my bookshelf over here, I have a bunch of different titles. But then one of the things that I do is I have, I already finished this one, which I'm going to be reviewing, but I have different books from different genres. So that way, if I get bored or something like that, then I can go ahead and switch up. And again, I try, which you guys probably know this, but I try and get around 8 to 10 physical books a month. I maybe listen to 1 or 2 audiobooks a month, and then maybe I'll, have an ebook in there that I've, reading on my phone or whatever else. But yeah, just trying to constantly read, constantly digest information. But that's the way that I keep things fresh. And that's what I keep over here as far as accessibility on my desk. Now, as far as nighttime routine. So here's what I have just started doing, again, because I came up with this in the fall because I was like, man, I don't even know how much of the stuff I'm remembering. I mean, I know I've changed a lot, but I don't know how much I'm remembering, as far as consciously and whatnot. So here's one of the things that I have done, and this has helped me, which again, just trying to share this with you guys. So I will work up until about 11:30, or I mean, sometimes I even go to midnight. And what I mean by work is, whether it be the school or learning various things online, like I'm not doing my most intense work, by any means. But but before I go to bed, what I try and do is synthesize how the day went, what happened during the day, and whatnot. So I think a good thing for everyone to do is just to keep a journal in terms of like, maybe like for like emotional health sake and whatnot. So that's what this one's for. I have this one. I have a learning journal. So what did I learn for the day? I have a work journal. So how did work go? What did I do during the day for work? And I have a workout journal right here, so I can talk about my workout. Wrote what I did and everything like that. And then just a processing journal. It's literally labeled processing journal, and that's if I'm having any problems, confusion with anything. I will write my thoughts out, write different possible solutions, and go for there. But at least it's for me. It doesn't matter if I end up falling asleep an hour after I do those. I need to at least synthesize the day. What happened during the day? What did I learn? What are some takeaways? Did I get done what I needed to get done? And that's pretty much it. So everything as far as right now is optimized for me for like making things concrete in my brain. That's the biggest thing that I'm trying to do because of just how much information I guess that there is right now. Obviously, one of the other things that I am doing is creating these videos, and that's another reason why I've started creating the videos is to put out, I guess, just some of my thoughts. That way I can maybe attract whoever wants to talk about these things and whatnot too, and lets me be able to process and whatnot. So anyways, I don't know if that was helpful or maybe you weren't even curious, but either way, I recorded this video, so I will see you guys on the next one.